So let's see if we are live, which I think we are. And we should be. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Two watching. Okay, that's just as good. All right. Yeah, we're live. Somebody just let me know that they can hear and see me. We'll get going and get this over with. And all right. Well, there we go. And we'll just wait a few seconds and I'll get started. Pretty much, I'll get started anyways. What the heck, right? So I got a few things to go over and some things to hit on. I will be answering no questions during this. More or less, I'll answer a few at the end. Oh, I can see where there would be an echo there. All right, there's that. New troll, can you hear me? Can you see me? Anything else? Sound and video is good. All right, perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so I will be answering. Thanks for letting me know. I'm not going to be answering any questions during this. The beginning of this is going to be a little rough, and then going forward, I'll explain to you about the tiger and what's going on with that, why, what, and where. And then you can decide for yourself, because I've gotten tons and tons of email about it, and I just want to put it to bed once and for all. Killer Rabbit, what's up? So basically, we're gonna start with the Discord. I have been, I have to watch my words because this is live, and I'm not taking this down. No matter if I goof up something or I say something I shouldn't say or whatever, this is about as real as it gets. The first thing I want to say is that this week you're going to be seeing a lot of countdowns. A bunch of countdowns. We're going to be going over all that. And also, we'll have a painting thing this week. And then I've got a few things going on I'm working on. One of the things is I got a chance to talk to Leland yesterday, and I just want to mention this. And everything's good between Leland and I. I wish him a fantastic future, and I'm just going to leave it at that. He's a good guy. Wish him the best. He did a great job when he was here, and thank you so much. The other thing is that this week there was a whole bunch of hubbub over me taking my name off Discord. Okay, let me make one thing perfectly clear. Okay, when I took my name off Discord, it's because I'm venturing out in other things, and I have to, because I want to. It's as simple as that. I'm very busy with BGG, so I can't be checking the Discord. Discord doesn't work for me. I'm looking to start Twitter, which I've already created a channel, and I'm trying to plot and work on that. We're going to be streaming on Twitter and YouTube. You got to change with the times, unfortunately. They will be simulcast, so I can look at both chats. The Jarl is going to show me how to do that. So I don't know when I'm going to start that. So there's a big hubbub as to why I took my name off of it. I took my name off of it because anything with my name is liable. Okay? You guys want to talk about cool stuff? That's fine. I'm sponsored by Miniature Market. Okay? And I prefer Miniature Market. It's as simple as that. Why? I like to paint miniatures. Okay? And they're good friends of mine. You know, they go to one of my, yeah, Twitch, I'm sorry, Twitch. So anyways, basically, you know, I wanted you guys to have a place where you guys can converse on your own. And I wanted you to just feel free and talk about whatever channels you talk about and things like that. And that was fine with me. But I just didn't want my name associated with it. It's as simple as that. You need to have your own area where you can have your own freedoms to do whatever you guys feel like doing. And that's the only reason I took my name. It wasn't because I'm weird or anything else. Of course, the fallout was just completely stupid and idiotic. And one of the people that got brave and started running their mouths is probably the person that's betrayed me the most. Okay? So, you know, honestly, I think, you know, there's been a lot of things that people just don't understand here. And this beginning is going to be a little rough. You know, I've lost a ton of money. A ton of money. Because I believed that what I was doing was good. Plain and simple. I've tried to do things, and I've tried to make things as well as I could for people to try to support things. But, you know, I've been burned a number of times. You know, the Patreon has not been the most successful thing. Am I living up to everything? Hell. I mean, to the point where I've got this really cool book, and it has everything I need. Okay? Names of people that have to be done. Things that have to be done. I actually have sheets in here that go on boxes, so I can mail them out when I'm done with certain things. It's been tough. It was more than I thought. But I've been burned at it too. You know, people... You know, I just don't think... I lost my train of thought. I saw a comment. And I said I'm not going to answer anything. And people who pay the bills. People don't pay the bills here. And get rid of that clown. See, the thing is, I don't make money here. I don't make money from Miniature Market either. You know, I do all that stuff because Steven and I are close. And if I need something, I'll get something at a discount. It was a relationship that was formed so I could facilitate and try to make some money to give to people. You know who you are out there who's asked for help and received help. And the ones that I haven't been able to help, you know, there's not a lot to go around. Stephen has been very gracious and gave things to me completely at cost, so we could help facilitate the patron. The patron, in my eyes, has been a failure. But, you know, I still have to pay that money out, bring things in. Then I have to ship things out. I think it was more than I expected, and I got more in than I thought I could. You know, people are willing to wait for Kickstarters for years as long as they're kept updated. And I try to keep people updated. And it hasn't been the easiest of things. I'll be honest with you. I keep struggling. There's times I run into paint block and I try to force myself through it. There's times I try to paint things for this channel. There's times I try to help other people on top of that. You know, I try to do everything. I have a hard time saying no a lot of times. I really do. But some of the things that really got me and have set me back is because I've been... Unfortunately, one person that was helping me keep everything in focus there, keep things in focus there, and we'd had a spreadsheet left the company. So I lost all that data because when he left, he didn't leave, you know, he left. And I've been unable to get that data. So I had to restructure everything, and it's gone through different hands at times, and a lot of things have fallen through the crack. I take total blame for that. I am on a mission, though, with my very cool Marvel comic book to get this done. Okay? It gets smaller and smaller, and it gets tougher and tougher. But we're doing the best we can to help people. One of the things that really hurt and set things back is a number of people that I had asked, did you get your game? No, I didn't. Then I would send a game out to them. You know, I figuring that there was postage, you know, whatever happens. You know, you have the Porch Pirates now and all that other stuff. And I still, you know, I could take that into account, but, you know, not for the number that had done this. And come to find out, when I've been able to get the data, excuse me, I was fixing something for my wife out here, and I used a chemical on one of these things to seal something, and it stinks like hell out here. Ugh. And it's making my mouth dry. But anyways, I'm going to leave that right here. Sorry about that. I apologize. But what has happened, as I found out, is they got the two games painted, okay? And then I found 3 of them up on eBay, and they sold for quite a good amount of money. And I know it was my stuff because I know what I paint. I know my work. So that was pretty funny. And that was a slap in the face. You know, I've been burned a number of times. And this is all leading into the Tiger, so just bear with me, those of you that are here. You know, some of you are going to want to hear this, some of you aren't. But, you know, the one thing that you're always going to get from me is a straight shot. And I'm gonna call it as it is. Proper ventilation is important, Rob. Well, no, because it's right here drying and it stinks. So it's not a matter of ventilation. And I said I wasn't going to read the chat, but I can't help but look at it because the camera's sitting right over there. Hate profit for charity makes me sick. Yeah. Hate profit for charity. Yeah, funny. So, you know, even before the patron, I was burnt a time, and this one sticks in my craw. This guy wrote me about this little girl, Bree, who was dying, and one of her favorite games of all time was Dungeon Quest. The old GW one. Is it Dungeon Quest? Yeah, Dungeon Quest. So what happened is I had the very first edition. I had every character, everything with it, and they saw us do a playthrough, and he gave me this thing, and I felt horrible. And my whole point of this channel was to try to help people. You know, we formed it, you know, from doing some things for Tom, and we really pushed everything through here and really wanted to do things. So I took this thing that I painted and I had for 20 years, and it meant so much to me. And no, it wasn't GW's Hero Quest. Hold on, I'm gonna go look because I got the second edition over here. I thought I had it over here. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, no, it's Dungeon Quest. The old GW Dungeon Quest. And I had all expansions. No, it was the GW's Dungeon Quest before I went to Fantasy Flight. And I had it all painted up, and we would play it once a year. And I felt so bad for this girl, I sent it out. Come to find out, it was a total fake account. Never saw that guy again. And I got burned, so I lost something that was real precious to me. But I was willing to deal with the second edition to try to help somebody. So, you know, it's constantly dealing with attitudes and all the hate mail. Do you know how much hate mail I got for this tiger? I mean, people that I knew for years. So people wonder why I stay at a distance and stuff like that. I got a lot of hate mail. I'm not going to lie. I got a lot of people that enjoyed it. But we'll get to the tiger. But the thing that kills me is, you know, I think about those 15 people that burnt me in the Patreon. That was 15 more of these things that I could have gotten out, okay, to somebody. And I feel bad because I do have some very difficult projects that I'm trying to mentally work through that I could have took that time and mentally worked through because I'm trying to systematically squash this thing. It's been tough. It's been hard. I want to thank the people that still support it. But I've got a feeling after the first of the year, some real changes are going to come. And I'm going to try to find a way to do things a little differently so we can get more money to the people that need it. Every first of the month, I'm telling you right now, I sit here and I go through the email that I get. And, you know, some months there's a lot. Some months there's very little and makes it very easy. But sometimes you have to sit there and, gee, after we bring in the games that we're going to work on and send out, all the shipping, and I've eaten a lot of shipping. I say I lose close to, I had to lose about $15,000 a year. Can you guys afford to lose $15,000 a year on a stupid channel? I mean, what does this channel mean anyways? And this is where I get aggravated. You know, there's something inside that just makes me keep going. It's not to be famous because this channel's never going to be famous. Do we do some good? I think we do some good. And I think that's the thing that keeps me going a bit. Or at least up to this point. I believed that I could do some good. And I did meet some really unique people through this. You know, I haven't forgotten all the people, the community, and why the community was built. You know, I still think of Pete Jones. He left a long time ago. But I think about him because he was an interesting character. He was a cop out in England. You know, everybody, you know, that comes in this channel and says they want to be a part of the community. Let's be realistic. You're here short term. You know, people have short term memories. The majority. There are some people that have been here since the beginning. Okay? But, you know, Brenda, let's take Brenda for instance. Everybody remember Brenda from a few years ago? Who had such a hard time. Such a hard time. You know, we loved Brenda. And Brenda met somebody. Brenda's life is good now. As far as I know. You know, things change. Things happen. Things go and come and go. You know, channels come and go. You know, for the past 3.5 years, if you really think about my schedule, I have a day job. Okay, I work very hard and I'm very committed to that job and what I do. And then I do that to a certain point of time and I drive home and I that's when the wheels start turning. And I come here, I try to take maybe a 15-20 minute nap. I'm old. It helps clear the brain a little bit after a long drive. Then I get going out here. What are the things that I need to do? I either work on Patreon or I film or I, you know, we went from one little itty bitty camera to lights and 4 cameras and different looks at all kinds of different things. Shit, right now I can just, oh, well, no, I can't. Okay, there's another look. There you go. All right, so I only have 2 cameras on. But you really think about all the different things, where we were and where we come from and how much time and work it came into. Would you do it? It's easy to say, yeah. But you really think about it. You know, what's the very core of it? What's the very core of it all? The only thing I can say is that I promise you, when I do things, I do them for a reason. And whatever I do, it's because this is mine. Mine alone. I open the door, you're welcome to come in. But, you know, also, if there's something you don't like, you know, you could wait it out. You can say, well, you know, I just don't care for this. This isn't hitting me the right way. And you can go to those other channels that you watch, because a lot of you do. I see you guys there. I see you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can get so many different opinions and so many different expressions from people. Some are real, some are not. That's up for you to decide what's real, what's not. This has been very, very tough. But this last week has been eye-opening to me. And it's amazing how people turn on you on a dime because of something different, because things are different, because you don't conform to what they want. Change or something they don't understand is different. And how they react to it, it's either full of hate or understanding or confusion and don't understand. And isn't it indicative of the world around us now? Well, the only thing I want to close with as far as this other stuff, the reason I have to drop things is because I'm doing things to make it better, to make the channel better. And if I don't think Discord is it for me, I'm going to pull my name from it. It's as simple as that. It's not about liability or anything like that. It's, you guys need a place to congregate and just spend time with each other. And just, you know, be able to say all the things without me looking and going, oh, you know, why are you talking about that guy's channel? Maybe I don't like that guy. It's true. Don't like everybody. Not everybody likes me. It's all right. That's the way the world is. Plain and simple. Some people are oil and water, and some people are going to be the best of friends for life. But that's something in my life I haven't had. Because we're going to talk about the tiger. And what the tiger really means. And maybe you can see what I had to say. I felt, of all things, you see, it started on a Friday. The Queen and I, there was a balloon glow thing. Now, what happens there is we have a huge Central Florida fairgrounds, not too far from where we live. It's the only thing in our little squirrel town. And the funny thing is that the Queen saw this when we were driving back from dinner, and she wanted to go. I said, okay, all right, we'll go. So I had no interest in it, but if it makes the Queen happy, sometimes I just do things, and sometimes it turns out I find that I have myself a very good time. Well, we went, and they had a bunch of vendors and food, and I said, oh, this isn't bad. And I'm walking around, and of course they had little tents of soap and things like that. And then all of a sudden, I just saw him. And I saw this tent full of other puppets and things like that. But I saw, you know, this guy. It's like a little stand for him, too. The lady was nice. I actually bought 2 puppets, but this guy was the guy that just hit. Oh, all right, he's out of photo, out of the picture. Okay, there we go. It was this guy, and I saw him, and in the 4 minutes I stood there, these are all the things that went through my head. And here's all the things I went through in my head. You know, over the years, you know, I was very blessed to have my son play with me when we first started this channel. He was probably the best player I ever played with. And he would beat the crap out of me 8 out of 10 times. And sometimes I would get him, but his reaction was always so funny. Well, guess what? He grew up. Time is a cruel thing. He grew up and wanted to do his own things. His girlfriend, Janice, who's here with us, she had her own type of personality. How's that, Kabuki? Better? I'll bring it closer to me. There we go. I think that's better. So she moved back to Miami, so we lost her. Sometimes we would have everybody, and it would be something. Then we brought in Mike. Okay, Mike was a really good kid, smart, innocent, but unfortunately, I blame Mike on myself because I asked him to do too much to help me, and he had small children, and I forgot what it's like to have small children because it's been so doggone long, and it was just too much. And I miss Mike, but you know, Mike's got his own life. It didn't end greatly because we never got a chance to talk. You know, I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm letting you see. I'm letting you know what's going on here. Tina, who is probably, you know, for years has been very close to me, very much a daughter to me. You know, she's such a big part of the family, and you know, sometimes that's hard for her to understand, but you know, that's the type of people we are. We've taken people in. We've taken you know, tons of different people in. So Janice wasn't your daughter. No, Janice was, while she was here, you know, they were, you know, thinking of getting married at some point. You know, Janice was hoping to, and I thought of her as a daughter and treated her like a daughter. Always have. She was a remarkable girl. And there are times I miss her annoyance. Because, oh my God, to play with her. But I do have daughters. You know, I have a daughter and a grandson up in Connecticut, and a granddaughter now. So, you know, we move on from that. And then I started playing things on my own, or just waiting for when there was a chance that he would play for me, and I concentrated more on painting. When I really wanted to play a bunch of different things. So when I started going out and getting games, there were games that were like 2-player that I just couldn't play, or didn't know when I would have, or were they that monumental to play. And I said, okay, well, I can't get those. And then there was, you know, I started doing solo play. And when I was doing the solo play, I had fun because I could control it. And there were things I wanted to play, but I found that every time a game was coming out and I looked, I go, how many players? 3 to 5. Ugh, that looks so cool. Why, you know, there's nobody here for me. And that's the way it's been most of my life. I don't have friends. I don't. I never did. My brother, who was younger, was was cruel in a lot of ways. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons by myself. I mean, to the point, his cruelty was, it was more because he was so jealous, because anything I picked up, I could do. I never picked up a baseball bat and I just could hit. I never picked up a baseball glove. I could catch. I could throw. I could play any sport. And I was good at it, to the point where I was bored of it. But using my mind, and we've talked about my uncle, what an influence he was, and how I learned to think and things like that. It all leads to this thing that here I was alone again. You know, I have a great wife, but we are so different. It is ridiculous. You know, the things I like, she doesn't get. If that makes you happy, I don't care. You're a good man. You're here. That's all that matters. And I'll get to a story. I'm going to write it down. See, I brought paper that kind of ties into all this. This all ties together. I told you it's going to be long and long-winded, and I just hope some of you bear with it. But you know, again, I'm opening the door. Hold on, I was reading something. Okay, so where was I? I lost my mind. Okay, so you know, this whole thing, just going to this. You know, here I was. I'm back here again, and there's nobody around, and she's glad I'm home, and you know, I enjoy painting and expressing myself, whether on canvas or on figures or on whatever, building things, putting things together, playing games, just enjoying myself. And I do enjoy myself, but there's always that emptiness. There's nobody around here. There's nobody around here, and I'm looking at something in this chat. I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about. Some link or something. Hold on for a second. Many of us email to share with you. Oh, I'll get to that. So what the hell are they talking about? Holy cow. Okay. All right, there we go. So anyways, no, I see, I got to stop looking at the thing I get. Leland, you're distracting me. Not in a bad way. I'm trying to figure out what link you were looking for. And I don't know if you were talking to me or somebody else. Okay. So it became this thing where you know, I have this wonderful connection with this woman, and she supports everything I do. But again, you find yourself alone again. And you know, I went to BGG Con, and I always find that I want to play with people. There were certain people I want to play with, and yet I have such a hard time sitting at a table and playing with somebody. You know, maybe because deep down, you know, I just, there's some kind of uncomfortability at times, you know, and so I would go off on my own and try to learn something. And basically, you know, basically I didn't want to be like every other solo channel where they sit there and do the same thing. I mean, there are 900s of them out there. Now this is all going through my head while I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at him. I'm just staring at him. And then I picked him up and put him on my hand. I remember that. And I remembered all the things I wanted him to be. And it was somebody that I just absolutely idled as a kid. And it's the guy that I don't think he gets the praise or that he deserves. And when I put the tiger on my hand and I looked at the tiger and I thought of King Ferdinand from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and how much I admired that man and those puppets and the trolley, and how special he was to me, because he made me believe the world was good. And we all know that there's good and bad. But he also talked about the bad and all types of different feelings, because I was alone as a kid. I was that jock that the jocks didn't want to hang with, because I didn't want to go to the keggers and I didn't want to go chasing skirts. I wanted to go play D&D and you know, whatever video game system was out. And those people didn't want me because they thought I was the guy that was going to beat them up or that it was some kind of joke, or why are you coming into my hobby? You know, because there are the world's not a together thing. You know, there's cliques, there's things that, you know, high school, how many cliques and things that you all went through. How many times have you guys felt alone out there? How many times have you guys felt inadequate or unsure of yourself? But boy, you could turn on public TV. And you know something? He couldn't hit a ball 10 feet. But how he would say and talk about how remarkable and how amazed he was and watching an athlete do something. Wow, you hit that ball. That's a fantastic skill. That's a fantastic gift. Whatever it was a boy in a wheelchair one time, and he just talked about, wow, that's some really neat wheelchair you have. How do you make it go? Well, I'm going to show you. This is how I get around. He was so good and so kind. And when I saw this tiger, that's what I saw. I saw I could reach people a different way. I could be different. I can reach people in a way that nobody else can. And that's by making him the best part of me. And I wanted to be a guy I idolized. I wanted to be Mr. Rogers. I wanted to be somebody that when somebody was watching me talk about or play a game, that they didn't just see, you know, maybe their children that they want to play with see the tiger and go, Dad, what's that? Because I had a couple of those. Those were a couple of the good things. Hey, Dad, what's that? And they sat there and they watched the tiger play. And then they saw how the tiger took the game seriously. And how it meant something to the tiger. You know, and that we were friends. And that we were doing something that we liked together because it was good. And maybe they turned to their father or mother or whoever and said, can you get that game so we can, so I can play just like the tiger did? And I thought, and I looked and I thought, that's what it is. That's what the whole thing for the last 3.5 years I've been trying to answer myself is, why do I put myself through this? And it didn't dawn on me until I saw the damn tiger. It's all I've ever wanted to be was him. I wanted to take a channel and make it like him. Because I remember all the pain. We all feel pain. I'm not telling you anything that none of you haven't been through yourselves. And I remember all the things and insecurities and things like that. It doesn't matter how much I lift. It Didn't matter how much I can do, because I can do those things, regardless of what some might think. And I don't have to prove anything to anyone. But in this particular moment, when I stood there, it was almost just instantaneous. There was just this thing, and it may sound completely insane, that there was a connection there. And I said, you've just answered everything I've tried to do for 3.5 years. And I went and I picked it up, and my wife looked at me and she goes, what are you doing? I go, Tammy. And I explained everything I felt. And I put it on my hand, and this voice came out, because tigers are rough. So this gruff voice came out, and I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. And when he first came on, he was wisecracking, trying to be more of a smart ass. And then I looked at it and I said, that's not what I want. And I started, one of the things that when we were leaving, and I had the tiger, and I have another one that I saw and I was thinking of using. And I looked at her, and she she goes, you're going to upset a lot of people. I go, either this is going to kill this channel, or it's either going to kill the channel, or it's going to absolutely... I'm not going to read anything right now, but if you guys wait till the end, I'll give you a chance to ask me anything you want. Anybody can ask me anything they want. And I'm going to do this one time. Just anything. It doesn't matter. 5 to 10 minutes, anything you want. Maybe nobody will have anything to say. You can ask or rebuttal or whatever, but I have to get all this out. So I said I really felt that this was going to be the end of the channel, because I didn't think people would understand. And I think deep in my heart that I wasn't worried if the channel went away. I think in some ways it would be a burden lifted. And then I would just sell everything, and maybe I'd just play video games on this stupid thing. I wasn't worried about anything. I didn't care what anybody thought. And when I put it on and I did that vlog, I remember I called Helen that morning. And Helen... And Helen laughed so hard. Kind of made me happy that she laughed, because I told her what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. Because through this all, I've had 2 people that are great friends. And when Tina's here, it's been so uplifting for me. She's the closest thing I have to a best friend. And Helen, my attorney, is the person that can listen to me and just go, well, Rob, you're out of your mind. Or, well, Rob, you do what you have to do. Or, well, Rob, I like what you're thinking of. And she was having such a tough day that she was able to... She just laughed. And I did the voice for her, and she just laughed. And that made me happy, because it didn't matter if I reached a whole bunch of people. But if I moved and I touched one person and I made one person smile. I steal this from Jim Valvano all the time, and I kind of made it my own way. And you know, if you could feel love once a day, you can cry, laugh and cry during the day, and you can move somebody. And then when you lay down at night and you think of all the things that you did, you had a successful day. Because tomorrows are never guaranteed. Tomorrows are never, ever, ever guaranteed. And I don't know what tomorrow brings for me. My mortality, I feel it. I feel it. You know, there's even things more behind the curtain behind me, which is my personal life, where have been very, very heavy on my shoulders. And the only person that really knows that is, I think, Pete. Pete and a couple others who have known for a long time. You know, I try to do good each and every day. And this tiger, getting back to him, I kind of got off a little bit, but getting back to the tiger, you know, she said, just go for it. And before I went on and did that vlog a week ago today, I sat with that on my hand and I go, oh my God. And I was nervous. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I wanted to get. And creatively, I wanted to build this character. And I knew where I wanted to get him. And I knew where I wanted him to be. So he went on and kind of took a life of its own the first time. And afterwards I sat and I thought and I went, no. People aren't going to understand that. People are going to get tired of that real quick. And I don't want him on the channel all the time. I wanted him to be there when I needed him. When there was a game like Wildlands, which I'm very excited to play, or Emotep, which was a game that I absolutely loved. And I wanted him to take it so seriously and show you that he was committed to the game and beating me, or me and Tina, that he was going to take it seriously, but make it lighthearted enough where it was just fun. Where you felt his personality and you felt how intensely and how smart he was. He had all the brains of Tina. He had all the kindness of Mike. He had all things from everybody. Everybody kind of worked into it and became him. And that we were going to be the best of friends. And when I do a live play, like I want to play Kill Team. I want to play Kill Team with him. I want to play Gizmos. I want to play with him. Those games I can't stream, I want to be able to. Whenever I turn it on, I wanted people to go, oh, Rob and the Tiger are going to play this. To the point where I wanted people to start to realize that he's his own person. When it's just another side of me in a way. I know it sounds confusing now, but you know, then we tried doing a review and I wanted to see how that went. I wanted him to do a review because he played a game. I wanted to get his thoughts because when I played the game Emotep against myself, and believe it or not, I was really trying to beat the tiger in tumbling dice. And I'm left-handed. And the tiger's on my right hand. I rolled better with my right hand than my naturally gifted left hand. And I got beat 4 straight by a stuffed tiger. And that's a true story. And I played this game, Emotep. Get back to subject, because I do tend to go off subject. And I played this game, and I would do things, and I would have a plan in my head what I wanted to do. And then I would completely shut myself off on this side. And then on this side, I would only think what he wanted to do. And the game was very close. And at the end of it, I go, wow, I was able to do this with this game. And he was able to show how he thought, and I was able to show how I thought. And it became this, it's also this unbelievable creative outlet that I have, where I could just do so many different things. And yet, hopefully, maybe, if you noticed, he got kinder as the week went on. And he started to be the thing that I wanted him to be. Where not only you guys can enjoy him, and, you know, he could throw a barb here or there, but if some child decided to watch this, that he can maybe touch that child to do something with his mother or his father or his brothers or his sisters, and say, you know, I like that tiger. He's nice. He's nice, like somebody that's long gone, and that we all miss very much. And that's why the tiger. What I didn't understand is things like this. I can't even say half the words in here. But just basically, you know, I used to subscribe to your channel, and because this is there, bye. You need help. And a lot of these are, I need help. Or it's a cry for something, because it's something different. Because it's something different. Because it's something that can reach. This is a family community. I mean, I don't go dropping F-bombs every 5 seconds. And I wanted him to be kind, and all I got was hate. Because I was different. And it just brought back all those things from my youth. Because I was different. And I didn't care. And we lost a ton of subscribers. And we lost a whole bunch of things. But you know something? I'm at peace with myself. There's this just kindness that I always tried to make this channel become, and didn't understand where it was coming from. And, you know, the letters were just mean, you know. And when they said you needed help, it wasn't, haha, you need help, buddy. No, it was, screw you, I'm unsubscribing. You know, you ruined the channel for me. Well, things change. Things change. And sometimes change is good. I can do different things now. I can open things up to different things and play things in the same game differently. You know what else this did? And I was really blown away by? It made me read the rules even more. You know, I would try to go through the rules once, maybe refer to something and back it up twice. But now I find myself reading rules close to 5 times. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm playing 2 people. And I'm taking different strategies. And I need to know that game inside and out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get it all right. But I'm finding I'm researching. And it's actually helped me that when I go to do a review or a look at, I like to call them look-ats because my opinion, it's just an opinion. I believe, and I believe this saying is something that everybody should say. I don't believe there are bad games. I just believe there are games that I just don't like. And if you really think about that, you'll get what I'm saying. It's a game. You may not like it, but at the end of the day, it's a game. It came from somebody's heart. It's a game. And it's just, you know, you may like the game. Somebody else may love the game. Somebody that created the game play tested it with a bunch of people that really enjoyed the game. And I just don't think there are bad games. I just think there are games that I just don't care for. And that's why I don't do reviews. I do look at. I give you some thoughts of what I think. But I don't try to rate it. I don't try to stamp a Rob's Tabletop World sticker on it. Or a tiger paw on it. Even though that would be pretty funny. But, oh, I just saw something and I swore I wasn't going to read anything. Monopoly is a bad game. No, it's not. When I was a kid, I played the crap out of that. I played the crap out of it. And we just enjoyed it as kids. Do I like Monopoly now? No. Because there's other things. It's just a game. But I got some enjoying about it. Okay, I'm going to read this, Kabuki. People can pretend. You see, Rado's playing against himself. I'm playing against another personality. One that I actually argue with. And that's where this creative thing has come from that I really liked. So, yeah, what Rado does is great. He keeps it old school and does some great things. I really, really like him. And I like what he does. And I just wanted to give the little guy a personality. And I wanted to bring some kindness and happiness into the world. And through this tiger. And that's kind of how it went. But I gave you the long version of it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up to you guys. You guys can ask anything for the next 10 minutes. I will answer it all. There's a few of you watching, so can't be that bad. But going forward, the Tiger will do certain playthroughs. Are there going to be solo playthroughs with me? Yeah. Are there going to be things with just Tina and I? Yeah. Are there going to be things with Tina, the Tiger, and I? Yeah. But you can bet there's going to be things with the Tiger and I. I think I just want to be creative and I want to be different. Is the Tiger going to paint? Probably not. I had something in my head that was pretty funny. But we'll see how it goes. Is this still a serious board gaming channel? Yeah. But it's also going to have some... When do I get to beat the Tiger? Whenever you're ready, Tina. Whenever you're ready. You just get all your stuff squared away. Rado is cool. I was upset the way he was treated on Reddit. Well, that's why I'm not on Reddit. That's why I'm not on a lot of things. I think the internet is the most cruelest place in the world, and why I play to it, I'll never understand, because I believe that out of all the bad people, there's a couple out there that I could do. It is. It's all the people that I really cared about. Bob Ross and Fred Rogers. These were all good people. You know, I paint a lot of wilderness because I didn't have friends and I would go out into the wilderness. You know, I had forests and rivers and lakes, and that was my day when I was a young boy. Rob, no questions here. Just a simple thank you for everything you do. Take care and game on. Thank you, Graham. And I hope things are going well with you. Full room tour. When? Full room tour. After Christmas. How about that? It'll be the first of the year. Can we go back to the days when we had roll-offs and we pay for shipping? Those days were simply fun, and I felt like I was hanging out with a buddy. You know, we can do that. By the way, I want to bring up a couple things. We are going to be doing an auction this week. Maybe later this week. It's only going to be a couple days. I need to get a bunch of this stuff out of here. I've already reviewed it. A lot of great stuff. Gizmos, Wildlands, Warhammer stuff. I'm waiting for confirmation that somebody got something that I was missing. I need to get it out. We're going to do a very simple, a couple of boxes. It's not going to, you know, it's all good stuff that if we get it done quick enough, you can have before Christmas and maybe give out to somebody that might be in need or keep for yourself as a Christmas present. So this week I'll look for it. We'll be able to do it. Rob, you are always the go-to channel. Really enjoy your stuff. Thanks, King Fat. And I'm sorry the tiger called you fat. I agree with Kabuki. Use the tiger for when you need a friend and for some fun sometimes, but keep it. Oh, I'm keeping it. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. It didn't matter if I was playing to 1 subscription or 2 million subscriptions. The tiger was staying because it meant something. And I found something that gave me the strength to go even forward after being burned and put through the ringer and all the things that I could do. And I see a question down on the bottom, but I'm going to answer that in a minute. I'm going to get him on because I want to try. I've been practicing. I got to get my voice right, though. Greetings from Poland, Rob. You are great. Derek, thank you so much. And, oh, God, I'm really bad pronouncing the Polish words, but I am very Polish, and I'm very proud of my heritage being Polish. It is such a blessing to be Polish. Nice. Massive legend. Huh? Okay. I missed that one. Leland, I did as you requested yesterday. Thank you, Leland. I appreciate it, my friend. Kabuki, hi. At Derek. Jim White. Rob, do you think your puppetry practice will make your grandchildren happier when you play with them next time? Okay, there was a big part of this that I forgot, and I had all my notes written down, but I there's another reason why I do this, Tiger. Okay, and this is a very painful for me. I'm gonna cut right there, Jim, and anybody that asks a question, I'm gonna answer it. The reason this guy is around is I miss my grandkids. I have a beautiful grandson who I have no way of connecting with, that I've only seen 5 times. It's hard to get up there. It really is. And I'm going to change cameras here. There we go. And it's been very, very hard to go see him. And when I've seen him, I've had the greatest of times with him. And he has meant the world to me. And my granddaughter means the world to me. And it's very painful to be a grandfather that you're only going to see maybe a handful or maybe more times in life. You know, it's not easy to get up Connecticut. We maybe get up once or twice a year. And, you know, they have lives. They don't come down here very much. It's tough up there for them, especially with Lily and all the problems that Lily has. And I thought to myself, how can I reach my grandson? Well, I thought he could. I thought if Grandpa had a tiger with him, he'd watch more and we can talk to each other and you could say hi to him more, right? Yes. I could do that. I'm trying. I'm really working on keeping my lips closed. And I find myself driving in the car trying to develop this and come with it. But I just want him to be happy, and I want him to be not the whole channel, but part of the channel. So there's just times at Christmas when my grandson can watch, or my granddaughter can watch and say, there's Grandpa and his tiger. Just like they say, hey, there's Grandpa and his wolves. So, yeah, there's a lot to it. Go ahead, buddy. You just stay right there. Easy. There you go. And it was also a way to just reach them. It's hard being a grandfather and not seeing your grandkids that you love dearly, or your daughter, or your very good and kind son-in-law. It's very painful to me. And you live with pain. You do. You have a big heart, and I love your channel. The tiger is a great addition. Thank you, Jens. You've always been so kind. I am fat, the king of it. Also, I love the tiger. Well, you're not. You're more heart than fat. How's that? And we appreciate it, King Fat. You're a good man, and we really appreciate having you here. You and the tiger need to do Shadows of Brimstone. We sure do, and I've thought about that, and I've worked on it, and I think it's really good what we could do. Rob, I started watching your channel recently, but I just want to say it's one of my favorites, and that because you are a real person and yourself, I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Felipe, thank you so much. It means a lot. Have you considered moving back to Connecticut? No. I have a job that's very demanding here and very important, that I do for the military, and I'm going to be here. We are invested here, and I was hoping they would move here. But we're in Florida now. We've been here for almost 20 years, so that's where we're going to be. Have you ever considered... Oh, yeah, I just read that. And can talk too. Awesome. I'm down with it. Do it. It's your channel, and we love it because it's you. Do what makes you happy, and we will always enjoy it. And that's all I ask. I'm not saying you have to... I'm not saying you have to like everything I do. And you guys out there, the people that are here all the time, and the people that mean things to me, are the closest things I've had to friends in my life. And I am very thankful for it. I miss the people that leave, and I know that they aren't going to be here forever. And I am thankful that when I turn this on, that I don't turn it on to just one person, even though I would do whatever for that one person. There's a number of you that watch it and see it live. There's a number of you that watch it later on. There are those of you that... Hold on, it's starting to get behind a little bit. There we go. That are here, that are just here because maybe you want to see the latest thing. Some of you are here because you follow this incredible story that I started 3.5 years ago. It's a story. It's a story of life and of people and of how things go through life, the ups and downs of life, and how it all ties together with all these wonderful things that are around me and how I bring these things in. But at the end of the day, it's about us. It's about the people that are here, the people that mean something, the people who send me your letters and I've answered and tried to help and do things for. When you guys are hurting and I can maybe try to give some life experience to you, or when I'm hurting and you try to give it back. There's a togetherness and there's something. That's why when some of the people that were here for a long time turned the way they did, it hurt. I'm not going to say it didn't. I knew it was coming, but from some of the people I didn't expect it from. From some of the people that just occasionally tune in, I did. Because they weren't invested emotionally. And I think sometimes that's a good thing. It weeds some people out. And then you find out the ones that are emotionally invested into the channel as much as I try to be emotionally invested in some of you. That's why I always leave my email out, novaprime860@hotmail.com. You don't have to ventriloquist it, really. Just make sure the tiger has his own personality. I'm trying. Yeah, he does. Mad respect to you, Rob. Andy, thank you very much. And I know you don't dig the tiger, but that's all right. He's not going to crowd the channel. My dear Kabuki, never forget that it's your channel, and you do what you want to the 2%. You do what you want 2%. I do. I really do. Wow, great answer. You're welcome, Jim. Meow meow. Happy little trees. Meow. Yeah, that's all we need. Yeah. Can you imagine all the paint that'll be around? Can you imagine trying to get that out of his fur? How much does teachers pay on Florida? I could use a game buddy too. I don't know, MGK. I don't know. KGF Gamer, hello. Rob, you are just channeling your inner Mr. Rogers. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Big hugs. Love you, Rob. Thank you, Gramtastic. Mr. Roberts. Mr. Roberts. Yeah, there you go. I'll probably be here forever. Thank you, Kabuki. And you're one of the ones that I never thought would stay long because you were just everywhere. I thought you would get bored of me first. But you know something? You became one of the dearest staples of this channel. Even though your boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. I came for the games and stay for the madness. Thank you. That's a good way to play it. You've earned my respect a long time ago, Rob. Keep doing what you do. My family and I love it. Thank you, Charlie. It means the world. Euphrates. Ghost. Rob and Tiger are the best. Thank you. Lewis. I'm not here as much. I know. But when you do come, I do notice, Luis. As I used to. Having some problems, but always will be a fan. And will be here as much as I can. And, you know, if you're having problems, we always try to do what we can on our end to help. And just know that, you know, you got people you can confide in. Rob, what faction of Kill Team would the Tiger play? He's going to be, I've already thought about this. He's definitely Gene Stealer Cult. And it's just right up his alley. Rob, what faction? Oh, I already asked that. Trevin says, I like the Tiger. Thank you, Trevin. That means more than you'll ever know. If you ever get boring, I'll let you know. You are far from boring, though, Rob. Thank you. It's all about community. Yes, it is. Much love, Rob. Rob, doing anything fun for the holidays with the fam? No, I think I'm just going to be spending it with you guys. I'm going to just sit here and the 21st, the Queen and I are going to go do something. But pretty much, I just want to just be together. We have some big things that are coming that you guys will find out. And, oh my God, when I announce that stuff, it's not only things for the channel, but the things that that we have personally that I'm going to announce is going to be quite shocking to the channel. My boyfriend is here, and he wanted me to pass along that he was only joking around. Oh, I know that. That's how he shows affection. Well, I appreciate it. And he's got a great girl, and I'm sure he's a great guy to have a great girl. Like you, Kabuk. The tiger's jealous, by the way. Is the neighborhood Christmas decor contest happening this year? Or did they retire that since you always win? I can assure you that when you see this year's theme, which is something we will be taping and putting up, the house is completely decorated, and we will do a complete film of the house at night and, of course, outside, which last night we were working on until almost 10 o'clock. Yeah. Rob, I admire you and what you do. I wonder how can you have time for your job, the family, the channel. You're great. Daniel, I'm exhausted. I was exhausted a while ago, and I really thought I did my time. I've seen channels pass me and just doing the norm, and I always wanted to do outside the norm. And after a while, it kind of got discouraging a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. But I found that doing some of the things that I do and changing things up and just making it fun and not look at anybody else, that I really have just, this is a release for me. It helps. And all of you help in a lot of ways. And I'm trying my best with the Patreon. I hope all of you will be patient. I am giving you everything I have. And it's taking its toll. It really is. And I just want you to know, I'm just going to keep trying and do what we can. And I think I'm working with Chaz, and we are coming up with some great ideas. And I appreciate his friendship and his kindness and just willing to listen to me, as well as Lance from the Undead Viking. As snarky as he can be, he's a wonderful and kind person. Is the queen decorating the house? It's already decorated. Back from gorging, said Soul Razor. Rob decorates the queen's directs him on what to do exactly. But she has a lot of input, and Amanda and Justin have been a big help, and as well as Mimi. I bet the theme is tigers. No, we have a theme, and it is glorious. Wait till you see it. I think you guys are going to like it. We're just waiting for some things to come that we have to put up. Christmas in the jungle. I just got my tree up, says James. Miss a lot of the stream, but we'll catch up later. Soul Razor, check it out later. Chaz is great. Chaz is more than great. Chaz is fantastic. I also want to say I may not have been an Orenite from the start, but know that you are a role model. Thank you, Soul Razor. And we're welcome. It doesn't matter where you were here from the beginning or you just came in yesterday. One of the best things about our channel, and I think it really shines, is that we are very welcoming. You know, from Larissa all the way down to Helen and Tim and Kabuki, they make you feel at home. And we try to make you feel part of it. And I couldn't do without any of them. And that especially goes out to you, Larissa. You have no idea how much I appreciate and how much, you know, Helen, myself, need you. You know, the BGG stuff that you're doing to get caught up, I can't thank you enough for taking that off my plate. When I get done with this, I have things I have to edit. I'm going to be in front of in front of a computer for another hour and a half. You know, on a day I should just take it easy. You know, this is a day I like to try to rest, and I've just got so much to do. And you just picking up those pieces, it really does. I know it's been a little bumpy between you and I, and that's pulling back the curtain a bit. But I think you misunderstand a lot of things, and sometimes you can be emotional, and I can be a hard ass. I'm a hard ass. But just know that deep down, you know, I want you here, and I want you helping me, and I want you making a difference, because you do make a difference. So thank you. Let us help you too. Don't take on yourself and the ladies. No, I know. And if they needed somebody, I told them to go out and find somebody. What editing software do you use? I use... Oh, I didn't put it on this laptop. This is my streaming laptop that's out here. Notice the bar? It sits on a shelf that we built for it. I think Project Director or something like that. Something like that. Whatever. All right, listen. You know, we've been on for... Wow, it's almost 2 o'clock. That's crazy. I've been on for an hour and a half. That's craziness. I wonder how my fantasy football is doing. I'm in the playoffs. So I think I've got everything out. I think you guys understand what emotions are behind all of this. And all the things, you know, it's hard to sit in front of here. For a lot of people that read off scripts, and believe me, there are a lot of great people that I love and adore that read scripts. But, you know, they'll look at this and they'll go, what are you doing? It's career suicide. But for me, it's opening up and telling you what I think and feel and what really goes on inside. This isn't an act. This is life. I hate saying real life. Because no matter what you do is life. All right. Listen. Thank you, Dutch. I've been quiet, but I'm hanging with my son. But we were listening, and I love everything you do. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to get going and get working here. And I hope you guys have this all figured out. Again, thank you so much for your support through Super Chats, through being a... what do they call this? No, not an emoji. That's Super Chat, but you can hit a button and become a user or something like that. We have, I think, 14 of you that every month help and goes to painting supplies. Thank you so much. It's part of the YouTube thing. It costs $5 a month or something like that. And we get like 3 of it. But thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for everything you do. Till next time. I hope this clears up a lot of things. And I look forward to tomorrow when the next video comes up and we just keep going forward. If I don't talk to a lot of you, maybe you are busy with the holidays. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. And keep an eye out on Wednesday. Yeah, sponsor. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie's a sponsor. See, you get that green thing, and I got to put more emojis up. We'll have a tiger emoji up there. And thank you. You can sponsor at any time. I really appreciate it. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob, and we will see you guys soon. Have a great day.